Boom, 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 boom.
Opening up with Adam.
Hi, and welcome to Opening Up with Adam, where each episode I'll reveal something about myself that you might not know. So I thought I'd show you around my nerd room and show you everything that I've been collecting for well over 30 years, as well as some special things that I hold close to my heart. So first off, this is starting from the entrance. This is my door. This I got from my grandmother's house, and it's a little plaque that she had that has a fun Irish toast. May you be in heaven half an hour before the devil knows you're dead. Because, you know, Irish people are sinners. I never thought I'd be that kind of guy to have a sword, but then I found Conan the Barbarian's sword, and I changed my mind. Oh my god, I love this so much. This is, it's called Conan's father's sword, because in the first Conan the Barbarian movie, Conan's father tells Conan the riddle of steel, and long story short, his whole village gets massacred, and then the bad guy, Thulsa Doom, takes his dad's sword, and at the end of the movie, Conan, takes it back. You can also see on the blade here, this is Sumerian. It says, "Suffer no evil, ye who wield this in the name of Crom." And by Sumerian, I mean English, because if you look at it very closely, it's just English letters, but with spaces. But if you tell people it's Sumerian and they don't figure that out, you look pretty cool. This is a table of things I need to deal with. I've been keeping a journal this year. I started in January, and my goal is to do it at least once a week. So by the end, there should be 52 entries in here. I've been finding it pretty cathartic. I also really like Bob Ross. I don't meditate, but watching Bob Ross is really the closest thing I come to that. Oh, I also have a book of dog poems. So, hello. This is my first cabinet of nerdiness. Yes. At the top here, I have a Proto Man Mega Buster. This is really cool. Let me show you how this works. So when you turn it on, oh yeah, and then you can fire it, and you can charge it. I can't really see this light. Usually flashes more. Oh, this is fun too. When you turn it off, I mean, if you don't know anything about Mega Man, this means nothing to you, but this is pretty cool. Kind of looks like an urn. Okay, then up here, I'm going to open these doors one at a time, because I think if you open both of them, then they fall over, and I don't want that to happen. So here's my first row here. I got a Cesar Romero Joker. He's pretty fun. This guy. This is a 23 karat gold plated Pokemon card. That's a Super Mario from the movie Optimash Prime, because he's a potato head. And oh yeah, Spider Hulk. He used to be complete, and then my dog Watson ate his fingers, so he is now worth nothing. I also collect far too many amiibos. There's Blanca. He-Man. Yeah, these are, oh yeah, hold on, I got another story. You know, sometimes I like to splurge on things, and this dude is one of them. He is the Punisher, but he's a special kind of Punisher. In the 90s, Marvel released these action figures of different Marvel characters that could transform. And so the Punisher here could transform into a gun. But as you can see, they didn't think their design through, because you could transform him in a way that makes it look like he's really happy to see you. So they pulled it from the shelves. And a couple years ago, I was able to finally track him down and add him to my collection. I'm not going to tell you how much he was. It's a little embarrassing. Well, this is nice. This is actually a pretty sweet memory here. So, my wife Alex's grandmother passed away recently, and on one of the first visits I had with her was over Christmas, and she had this Gorbachev Russian nesting doll, and you open him up, and the it eventually shrinks down to all the leaders leading down to Lenin. And she saw I liked it so much that she gave it to me. So this is a little reminder of her and just, you know, how much she meant to me. And yeah, he's also just fun to look at. Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget, so now you know what he looks like. Columbo, I get to learn everything about him. This is the official McNamara coat of arms. I have the complete set of The Walking Dead. I got some Tick, some Stephen King, some Mandalorians. I'm very gradually collecting all the Marvel Masterworks of the X-Men and Uncanny X-Men. And I have a little stuffed Wolverine. Oh, can't forget the Infinity Gauntlet. This is a lot of comic books. I got Hulk hands. They still work. Oh, that's a bag where I put my taxes. I'm a really big Conan the Barbarian fan, as you saw from the sword on the wall. And I don't have them all, but I've collected the majority of the different Conan novels from Tor and other companies that have printed them. The original stories of Conan by Robert E. Howard. So these are all the ones that were originally printed in pulp magazines, but now in book form. I also went overboard and collected all the issues of The Savage Sword of Conan. I also got this really nifty Conan the Barbarian statue. Looks like he's trying to do a selfie, like if you put a phone there. So now over here I got me my Juggernaut. Got me a transforming Ecto-1 Bucky O'Hare, some Ghostbusters, and I'm a video game guy, so this is where I keep all my video games. I got DS, 3DS, oh yeah, Majora's Mask, Snoopy, got a 3DS, that's a bank. Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, oh, Dr. Wily, Splinter. So I've been collecting these for like years and years and years and years and years. I don't keep the original boxes. I'm that kind of guy that if I have something, I'll just kind of open it. I know people are like, but then it loses its value. But I'd rather just, you know, have it in the open. I also got my Super Nintendo. Got some Samus. That coffee mug transforms into a transformer. I thought that was really fun. So I got some fun guys here. Super Metroid, Turtles in Time, probably my favorite Super Nintendo game. Earthbound, Primal Rage, James Bond Jr. Yeah, Beethoven. I like to collect terrible games. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, where you can play as Robert De Niro as Frankenstein. Got my Sega Genesis, the only time I ever went away from Nintendo. I do not regret it. I got my Batmobiles. I made that one. So that's the original Adam West one, Michael Keaton in animated series. That controller is a Transformer. Millennium Falcon. Naturally, got some NES as well. There's Han Solo. Wario, probably my favorite Nintendo character. Bucky O'Hare. Some rocks. I'll tell you a fun fact about these. These two I got from my recent trip to France. I just thought they were kind of cool looking, and it reminds me of the ocean that we saw. We had a little beach day. This guy, now I've told nobody about this, but this is I forget the type of rock it is, but it's like a spiritual stone. Basically, it's supposed to promote creativity. So if you hold it, you can just kind of like, you know, just move around your hands. It's supposed to promote creativity. I probably could have said something more creative. Moving on here, I got my mishmash of Wii U, GameCube games. Old Man Logan. He's an old man. Kind of fun. I like this beast. He's kind of just in his underwear. That reminds me of me. I got some more Primeses. Got me my Nintendo Switch. Wii U. I have a Wii with a treasure troll. And this plate I made in a pottery class. Got my Sega Genesis. Super Nintendo. Regular Nintendo. This is Cthulhu with Waldo. Mjolnir. This is my business center. So my grandmother was part of this sewing club in her apartment building called Stitch and Bitch. And so I always just thought that was hilarious. And so I keep this up as well, just to kind of remind me of her. Now, I know you're probably thinking that this is tight against the wall. So how can old Adam here get the systems in and out if he needs to. I will show you. I've created a secret passage. So if I climb through there, I can access behind this, and I can do any kind of fixing and changing and things like that. But this here, this is quite possibly my pride and joy. These are my Transformers. And there is one Transformer in particular that I like, and surprise, surprise, it's an Optimus Prime. But there's two things about this Optimus Prime that I really like. First, you can notice it's autographed. And this is autographed by Peter Cullen, who he's the first voice actor to voice Optimus Prime and is probably most well known for voicing him. And in 2019, I was able to go to Fan Expo and meet him in person, and I was so nervous and I felt like I was gonna cry and just probably just crap my pants when I met him. And I don't even remember what I said. I just babbled out a bunch of things. It was like, oh my god, I love you, you're the best, can you be my dad, blah, 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 things like that. So another fact about this that I hold close to my heart is when I was going to propose to my wife, I needed a place to hide the ring. So I actually put the ring box in Optimus Prime's trailer, and she never found it and was quite surprised, and well, the rest is history. As you can tell, I have a lot of Optimus Primeses. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's in his protoform form. 9. He's Beast Wars, so technically a different one, but I'll include him anyway. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Gotta say though, my favorite, Soundwave. I always liked his voice. I like that he was a boombox. I like that he was full of tiny men.
Ravage, eject.
Grimlock. Megatron. That's a terrible Megatron. Prime. Nah. I think I'm better at Optimus.
Autobots transform and roll out.
Not bad. And so, well, that's everything to show you in my nerd room here. Hope you enjoyed all my nerdy things and the fun stories that go along with them. Oh, wait, no, there's one more thing. Hold on 1 second. Oh, right, I forgot to mention. So this guy here, this is an original Cobra Commander, which, you know, he's pretty hard to come by in this kind of condition. Just pick him up here so we can get a better look at it. Well, fuck.
Open it up with Adam.